Welcome to Spain. The mixed surface Rally d'España is the first of the two remaining rallies which will determine which of these three men will be crowned the 2011 World Rally Champion. Sébastien Ogier, the young cavalier, 3 points off the lead. He believes he should be allowed to fight for the title on equal terms with his older teammate, namely the current and 7-time world champion, Sébastien Loeb. There is no man to keep a cooler head in a ferocious fight. Nothing seems to rattle him, apart from his young teammate. Mikko Hirvonen shares the championship lead with Loeb. But is this his last chance saloon? The Costa Dorada of Catalonia presents the landscape over which this epic battle will be fought. The service hub of the rally is based at Saloon, 95 kilometres south of Barcelona. We have a fascinating contest in prospect, a true mixed surface event. The first day on gravel, the following two on tarmac. Our stage of the day is Terra Alta. Whichever of our Tres Caballeros tackles this 36 kilometres the best will take the high ground as the war continues. Spaniard Dani Sordo is our featured driver this weekend, and your perfect guide through the Catalan countryside will follow his quest for his first ever WRC win, which will be all the sweeter on home soil. Day one here in Spain will prove critical in deciding who becomes the 2011 champion. One unforced error, one lapse in concentration could mean a season's hard work disappears. Stay exactly where you are and you'll see World Rally history in the making. This is the only true mixed surface event of the season. The crews will tackle the first day in a full gravel spec car, then switch to low-riding tarmac spec for days 2 and 3.
You really need to be able to adapt the rhythm changes and surface changes very quickly. It's interesting because it's only one rally in the season like this, and we have to adapt to the conditions. That's rally. And yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy to do like 2 different rally on the same one.
The gravel stages look quite tricky actually. Some of them are really nice and flowing, and other sections of them are really narrow, and lots of places that can catch you out. So with some tarmac sections in the middle of the gravel stages, so yeah, it's a new challenge.
Sébastien Loeb has suffered a catastrophic run of luck in the previous 3 rallies. He's wounded, but that is when he's at his most dangerous. He'll be first on the road on the day 1 gravel, which will be his rival's best chance of inflicting further damage to the 7-time world champion.
Day 1, you haven't got the best road position. Do you think that could have an impact on your title race?
Yeah, sure. It's a lot of loose gravel on the stages, so. And after it's 2 days on tarmac, so everything we will lose the first day will be very difficult to catch. So what can we do? It's our situation, so we have to accept it and then to do with it.
Hirvonen has to strike early. With Loeb's prowess on tarmac, he knows his only chance is to build a defendable lead on the gravel stages of day 1.
I'm almost going to attack like at every stage is going to decide the title. So just flat out all the way through. There's only 2 races to go, so there's no point of taking it steady and collecting the points or thinking about the points. Now it's about win and beating all the Citroens.
Sébastien Ogier has the most advantageous road position on day 1 as the 2 before him sweep a racing line of grip through the loose gravel, exposing the best traction. But will Citroën allow him to challenge Loeb for the lead?
The team have stated that Sébastien Loeb is the #1, but that must be incredibly frustrating for you because you're so close and you've shown so much pace all year.
Yeah, that's how it is, but we never know in rally what can happen, so I will try anyway to do my best and see what happens.
Mini Spaniard Dani Sordo will not let those 3 have it all their own way. He has 2 podium finishes from his last 2 events and will be desperate to end his quest for a first WRC win. His home fans will cheer him over every metre. And those fans flocked down to the seafront in Salou to meet their heroes face-to-face for a pre-event autograph signing session. And later on, unsurprisingly, the loudest cheer of the evening was for our featured driver and local star Dani Sordo as the Mini driver passed over the start ramp at the official opening ceremony. In in terms of the championship race. Crucially, it's Sebastian Loeb who is first into the day one stages, so he'll face the worst of the loose gravel. Mikko Hirvonen is also on 196 points, and with Ogier just 3 points back, the driver's title race is wide open. The manufacturer's title race could be secured for Citroën in Spain. Jari-Matti Latvala could have a big part to play, starting fourth on the road, while Solberg is the leading private entry. And can Danny Sordo claim his first ever win on home soil? Kimi Räikkönen is back in the Citroën DS3, while Federico Villagra takes on his first rally since June. He starts just ahead of Dutchman Dennis Kuipers. A tense weekend ahead then for the three men fighting for the title, and the gravel stages of day one could have a massive impact on the outcome of the 2011 WRC title. There's a last moment of calm in the road section before the opening stage, but the championship hopefuls will be feeling the nerves as they ponder the challenge ahead. And it's the reigning world champion, Sebastian Loeb, who is first into the 25 kilometres of the Pessel stage. It remains to be seen how much of a disadvantage Seb may face running as the first car on the road on this loose gravel surface, but it's a familiar situation for the Citroën star. All he can do is push as hard as he can on this slippery surface. Mikko Hirvonen is back on the start line, now tied with Loeb on the same number of points. The world champion's recent run of bad luck has thrown the thin a lifeline. I tell you what, though, there could be an issue for Mikko here, with Loeb's dust trail still lingering in the air. And look at this, from inside the car, visibility is really limited. Oh, and he's off the road briefly. That was very nearly curtains to Mikko's championship hopes, and this is going to be a really difficult first stage for the Ford driver. So far from having a disadvantage running first on the road, Loeb can actually be benefiting from his road position today. His teammate Ogier is also really struggling in the thick dust. The low sun ahead is only compounding the problem. Both of Loeb's championship rivals already in trouble in Catalonia. And this has taken everyone by surprise. The cars are running at 3-minute intervals, but even that isn't enough to allow the dust to clear. With no wind, the situation's actually getting worse and worse with every passing car. So it's a brave drive from Jari-Matti Latvala. He is pushing hard in stage one. He's slightly quicker than Hirvonen and Ogier, but also struggling to match the pace of Loeb. Well, it's looking like the championship leader's fortunes finally turned. He's cleared the stage, but further back, Hirvonen is still fighting his way through the dust. He's going to be a lot slower than Loeb here. Let's see how much his obscured view has cost him. Ouch. That has got to hurt. More than 15 seconds. What a massive impact this could have on the title race.
Lots of dust in many places, and now with the sun it made it even worse in places. And then we went off in one corner as well. There was double right-hander, and we went through the first one, and that was like a wall. I couldn't see anything through the dust, and I was turning too much inside and went off the road in one place. So luckily we didn't damage anything in the car, I think, but it wasn't easy at all.
The hanging dust is affecting all of the runners behind Loeb. Peter Solberg is fifth in the championship, but is a frustrated man following his exclusion from a podium finish in France. Oh no! And this could be more disappointment for the Norwegian. He's whacked something and is immediately in trouble. I think this could be game over for Petter already. The hanging dust is still causing havoc then. Danny Sordo would have hoped for a good run on the opening day of his home event with his low road position, but like everyone else behind Loeb, it's a job in itself to keep the car on the road. Danny not happy, and you can see why. Just look at this now. Visibility practically zero. He's utterly reliant on the pace notes from Carlos Del Barrio. The first mini driver is through the stage, but he's more than 40 seconds slower than his former teammate Loeb, and Danny is not impressed.
Danny, you're not happy about something. What's going on?
It's all the stage in the dash, all the time. A really fast session, like boom, 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 because I didn't see anything.
Ken Block finally achieved a point-scoring finish in France after a fine run in Alsace. With his confidence up, he'll hope for more of the same in Spain.
20 right to glass, don't have narrow. Right to plus, don't cut, narrow, repeat.
Oh, no, he's hit the same drainage culvert that caught out Solberg. Alex Gelsomino confirming he did call don't cut there, but with his wheel shattered, Block, like Solberg, is out on the first stage.
We hit the rock, hit the wheel off inside in the corner. Very, very dusty, and I couldn't see anything at all. And at the same time, you know, Tanak hit the same one, and also Ken Block. I can't do anything with it. It's the part of the game, and we haven't done a lot of mistakes this year, so it's just bound to happen. Yeah.
We knew that these stages were pretty tough. You know, it's a brand new stage, so I worked really hard on getting the notes right, and my notes all the way through here were actually very, very good. I was really happy with them, and it was looking good. Unfortunately, just missed a little piece of concrete on the inside of a corner, and with the dust, I just never saw it.
Well, it's been an eventful start in Spain, and what a start it was for Loeb. Latvala's in second, and it looks like he'll have a big part to play in helping his teammate Mikko this weekend. Loeb riding high then, but with our 36-kilometre stage of the day coming up after the break, will there be another twist in this enthralling championship fight? Welcome back to the RACC Rally de España. World champion Sebastian Loeb has made the best start in the Costa Dorada, but next up, it's the big one. At 36 kilometres, Terra Alta is the longest test on the opening day, and this is our stage of the day. After 16 kilometres of narrow gravel roads, the route then passes on to the first of 3 tarmac sections. These 6 kilometres will be key. On cars and tyres designed for loose surfaces, it will have to be taken with care. So, can Sebastian build on that terrific start he's made? His dust trail caused havoc on the opening stage of the day. The same issue occurs on this marathon test. It could have a massive impact on the rally outcome and the championship race. Got a chance now to ride on board with Seb and co-driver Daniel Elena. Loeb looking to press home his advantage then. Further back in the stage, his closest championship rival, Mikko Hirvonen, needs to respond after losing a lot of time in Loeb's dust trail in stage 1. Visibility appears much better in Terra Alta. It literally means high ground, and the slight breeze up here is making all the difference. Citroën have publicly backed Loeb as their priority in the championship race, but with his teammate Ogier just 3 points behind, he too is still very much in the running. With the road ahead clearer, Sebastian can finally stretch his legs. Massive power slide there from Ogier. It's still very slippery, but with a clearer line of grip left behind Loeb and Hirvonen, the Frenchman could have a slight advantage here. Latvala had the best run in stage 1 apart from Loeb, and Ford's talented young Finn is again on the attack. There are still a few patches of dust around here though, and very close call there for Jari. Latvala's living dangerously, but he got away with that. Well, let's check on the progress of the top 4 now with a WRC stage simulator as they hit the tarmac section midway through the stage. It's actually Latvala who's leading the way despite that moment. Very close between the top 3, but Hirvonen is again failing to make an impact. Almost 10 seconds down at that stage. Well, Loeb looking good again then, despite running first on the road. The hanging dust may be less of an issue for his rivals in here, but it seems it could still be having an impact. Terra Alta is cleared, and Loeb is still looking ominously quick.
I think I cleaned enough stages now since the start of the season, so if one time I have an advantage, it's not so bad.
Loeb making no apologies for his road order advantage then. Sebastian Ogier, meanwhile, has responded well to the stage 1 disappointment. He's continued to match Loeb's splits, and he could actually beat his teammate in here. Another tarmac section towards the flying finish.